y'all, thanks for tuning in. Tommy here, and I've got finally another update on the Jeep. And I owe y'all a debt of gratitude. I saw that since my last video, I've crested 500 subscribers, and I think that's pretty cool. Kind of neat that there's that many people out there who are interested in some idiot in Texas cutting this perfectly good Jeep in half, and instead of buying something different. But hey, you know, birds of a feather flock together, and I guess y'all are maybe a little bit tweaked in the head too. But anyway, but speaking of updates, you know, yeah, it's been a while. I got sick with something that's been kind of going around, you may have heard of. I also accepted a job offer, which I'm super excited about. And, but I have been working on the Jeep, and the frame is pretty much, the basics of the frame are pretty much done, and I've started on the next phase. So without further ado, let me show you what I've been doing and what's coming up. All right, stay tuned. Okay, let's start with taking a look at the outside of the frame rail. You'll notice the slots that were originally 1.5 inches apart on the frame rail have been separated now, and an extra 15 inches has been filled in there to bring the frame up to an LJ wheelbase. And here's where I did one of the things that I don't normally do, and that is grind down welds. I rarely ever do that, but in this case, I already mentioned this before, but I've already got this big fish plate here from when I back half the frame, 5 years ago. If I had left all the welds here, man, this thing would be looking even more Frankenstein than it does. So I ground them down. Again, I've got fish plates, big fish plates on the inside here. I'll show you in a second. So I'm not really worried about the strength, but I did want a nice smooth finish. You'll also notice that the plug welds have been ground down nice and smooth. It's a pretty decent finish overall. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, this frame's been, through a lot and a couple of suspension iterations over the years, so it's not exactly perfectly beautiful anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it. All right, so here is the inside of the frame rail. This is the driver's side. You see the big old fish plate. It runs all the way up the frame and past about 4 or 5 inches past the bend in the frame. Basically wanted to try to get as much strength there as I could. And so yeah, super, super strong. And of course, this is in addition to the 2 internal fish plates that are running inside each frame rail. So should be plenty strong. Now, this is where I did another thing I don't normally do. These squared off corners here, normally I would have liked to have put a diamond herringbone, something radius even, to kind of help distribute that load. However, there's more than likely going to be a bracket going in here for the rear suspension. And I didn't want to have to deal with corners or radius or anything. I wanted a nice flat plate here because chances are something's going to be mounting to that. For the uppers, maybe for the lowers, but we'll see. So the eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that the Atlas 4-speed looks to be installed. It's not really anyway. Let me get out from under the Jeep and I will explain. So here you can see part of what I've had to do inside the Jeep in order to get the 4-speed in here. Normally you don't have to go through all this hassle and hack so much sheet metal in order to fit this thing in here. The reason I am is because I've got a tummy tuck skid plate and I want to keep it. I don't want the belly of the Jeep getting any lower than it already is. So that means that normally the transfer case would be clocked downward, and you quite possibly could get away, depending on how much you clocked it, with maybe just massaging some of this sheet metal, or maybe not even that, or maybe just minor cutting. But because I want this flat skid, this guy's clocked up pretty good, which meant there's a whole lot of material, sheet metal that needed to be removed here. This shouldn't really be that big of a deal to close up. The seat mounts are here and here, so I just want to make sure when I put box all this back in and reinforce it again, that it doesn't interfere with the seat mounts. So it should be nice and strong down the road. The issue is this will fit now. The problem is when we started mocking up, the shifter linkage and the shifter pivot point goes way up here. It's hitting the tub. So more than likely I'm going to have to do some cutting up here, and hopefully that'll be all the sheet metal I have to remove in order to install this damn thing. But I'll tell you, it'll be really nice when the time comes. By the way, if y'all want to see a video, this thing's going to be coming out, and I'll have all the linkages and everything mocked up. If y'all want to see see me run through the gears on this thing, show you how it works outside of the Jeep, let me know, and I'll include that in the next video. So that's about it, really. The big thing now is to verify that drive shaft angles are going to work well from here, which is again pretty high up, all the way to the Super Duty front Dana 60, because the pumpkin's pretty far out to the driver's side, and it already looks like I'm going to have to relocate my upper third link mount to the passenger side, which may require some suspension modifications. I'm sorry, exhaust modifications, but we'll see. But yeah, you know, I was kind of hoping I'd be adding material to the Jeep at this point instead of subtracting, but gotta do what you gotta do. All right, y'all, that's it for this video. I know it's a short one, but you know, just wanted to let y'all know progress is still happening. It's slower than I would like, but it is moving forward. Hopefully next video will be the finalizing of the Atlas 4-speed install and determining maybe the start of the rear suspension fab work, because I want to do, it'd be a lot easier to fab up the rear suspension with the body not in the way. So before the body goes on and all that sheet metal work begins to make it all one again, I want to do the rear suspension. So I pretty much decided, I think I'm going to do a double triangulated 4-link, but I still got to run some numbers on it and verify the geometry is going to do what I want it to do and all that. So we'll see how all that works out. But yeah, that's about it. And if y'all want to see a demo of a 4-speed Atlas, post up in the comments, and I can see about putting that in for the next video. Anyway, really appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all could like and subscribe and all that kind of fun stuff, I'd really appreciate it. And hopefully catch y'all soon. Thanks for watching.